If the women of the world come together purely and simply for the benefit of mankind, it would be a force such as the world has never known. That is absolutely one of my favorite quotes ever by a poet from the 1800s, Matthew Arnold. I think I was introduced to it when I co-authored the book Crushing Mediocrity with Renee Bangelsdorf, and it is something that I use continually on stage. I use it when I speak at women's events. I open up so many of my keynote speeches with it. It was in our book Crushing Mediocrity. And I believe that women, we have so much power. We have so much to give. And if we could come together. So imagine coming together with our finances. Imagine if we can come together and build a collective of women investors that not only want to create cash flow, that not only want to make money, but what if we came together on a legacy play? And you're like, how does a legacy play and real estate go hand in hand? It's easy. We need to teach our kids. I don't know who said it, but we need to teach our children to fish, not just give them the fish. And I completely botched that, I know, but at the end of the day, it's biblical, right? Like we don't just want to give them fish and feed them, because when we're gone, then what happens? They can't feed themselves. And I believe that we have got a generation of people that can't feed themselves. Nobody ever taught them how to fish. I don't think anybody ever taught me how to get into real estate investing, right? It was self-taught. I had to put myself in the room. I had to put myself at the table. I had to put myself with people who had gone before me. And I've got some amazing mentors. You guys know who my mentors are: Grant Cardone, Tariq El Moussa. These are people that have made millions, and in Grant's case, billions of dollars in real estate investing. So what did I do? I became a student. I sat at the table. I got in the room. And now I have taught myself how to do it. And I've been very successful in real estate investing. And I think as women, I was talking to a friend of mine today. He's somebody I invest with, and he's a developer, and we're putting together a big project with him. And I said, I want this to be bigger than, we're going to make money. We're going to get our investment back. We're going to cash flow every month. I want it to be bigger. And he said, I know what you want, Lisa. You want big, you want legacy. Like, you want this project, if somebody chooses to get involved, to be able to hand it down to the next generation. I'm like, yeah, maybe hand it down, but maybe we're just going to show them how we put the deal together. Maybe they're going to watch us put the deal together. Right? Maybe we're going to show them step by step as we raise the money, as we build the project, as we sell off the project, as we cash flow on the project, right? So taking our children on the journey. How do we take them on the journey? How do we take the next generation on the journey? And the only true way to generational wealth in this country, unless you get super lucky and you're a lottery winner, or you inherit a bunch of money, but for average people like you and me watching this today, it's going to be real estate. 90% of the wealth held in this country is held in real estate. So you look at the wealthiest people in this country, and their holdings are in real estate. I'm telling you, they're not in the stock market. I talked about this the other day. I had a stock that I've got a six-figure holding in. One day it was worth $26 a share, and today it's worth $12 a share. In 6 weeks, it's just gone, brrr, right? That will never happen to you in real estate. Real estate, you can trust real estate. You can trust that it'll never let you down. And if you hold it long enough, you'll never lose money, ever, not one time. Where people lose money in real estate is they get short-sighted, they panic, or they have to liquidate for a reason, right? Something comes up, they need the money, and they need to liquidate. All right, so those are different circumstances. But if you're in real estate to build generational wealth, if you're in it for the long game, if you're running a marathon and not a sprint, all right, that is where real money can be made. It can be made on the tax savings with the depreciation. It can be made in the long run when you go sell it 3, 5, 10 years from now. You make the appreciation. You make a monthly income on it, which is your cash flow. And then it's the only thing that you can invest in that you can protect your profit once you sell it. So follow me on that. Protect your profit once you sell it. And you say, how do you do that? You take that profit and you put it into a 1031 exchange, and then you put it into the next investment, and you can keep rolling it and never pay Uncle Sam. So how is real estate not the greatest investment on planet Earth? But what I find, kind of like myself, I was an entrepreneur. I owned companies, car dealerships, mortgage companies, insurance companies. Like I've had it all. And how I got paid was on what I would produce. If I could produce it, if we could sell cars, if we could sell insurance, if we could sell mortgages, we got paid. But there was nothing in perpetuity in the fact of, the business appreciates. It doesn't, because if the business doesn't generate sales, you got nothing, zero, goose eggs. Okay. With real estate, it truly is a passive investment, right? Passive. That means you're making money in your sleep, especially if you get into the rental business and you hire a property manager. I mean, you really are just collecting a check. And the market takes care of paying you. Like that is a beautiful thing. It really is. And so, I've got a lot of people that ask me, well, what if I don't have the money to get in the game right now? Well, I think a lot of you have money that you don't even know about. You've got money sitting in old 401k accounts that have been sitting on the sidelines forever. And those accounts are probably invested in a stock market that is so volatile that you don't even want to look at them on a daily basis, because it's up, it's down. I talk about bad mental health. It's watching your stock market account. Your real estate is going to appreciate, depending on where you live, anywhere from 10% to 18% a year. And you don't have to do anything. You have to maintain it, of course. You want to make sure that it doesn't get run down. You want to make sure that whoever's living in it or whatever you have is, they're doing the maintenance that's required, to protect any asset. But other than that, you're making money in your sleep. So what is the best thing, ladies, that we can do for our children is we can show them how to get into the game. And I sure wish I would have gotten into this game at an earlier age. Have I owned homes? Of course I have. I've owned homes since since I was 22 years old. I think is when we bought our first house. So I've always owned real estate, but I was never an investor. Like now I'm an active investor. I buy real estate, I flip real estate, I invest in deals, and that is when in the last 4 years that I have made, I've built a 7-figure portfolio of real estate and real estate investments, but I didn't know how to do it. And I was a very astute businesswoman, entrepreneur, but nobody ever showed me that game. That's the best game that we can get in. And then I would have in turn showed my children that game at a younger age. Wow, that was loud. So it was later in life that I was able to lead by example, like my daughter, Alex. She got her real estate license. So, she's active in the game. I helped my son get his fiance get their first house, right? Getting them into the game. But, I want it to be where I can help everybody get into the game, where I can show you that you have got assets that are sitting dormant, or they're tied to things that will never appreciate at the rate that real estate will appreciate. So I want you to think about that. We've got a lot coming out after the first of the year. You're going to see me make a lot of videos, but I want to challenge you now to take note. I want you to go and figure out all of your assets, ladies and guys, right? Both of you. I want you to go see what you've got. HSAs, health savings accounts. If you're self-employed, you can actually do a self-directed IRA on your HSA, right? And what does that mean? You can I think contribute, I believe it's $7,500 a year into your HSA. You can immediately convert that into a self-directed IRA, and you can invest it in real estate. And you're like, well, what does that mean? That means that HSA could be earning 15 to 18% a year based on the appreciation of your asset, of your real estate holdings, right? So, we're in an economy now. We're in any economy. We've got to be smart with our money. We've got to be smart with our of what we've got. We've got to be smart in how we invest it. I wish somebody would have taught me at 30 years old, 40 years old, or even 50 years old. I wish I would have been taught about real estate investing. And so we've got a lot of big things rolling out at the beginning of the year. But right now, your assignment to all my followers out there who choose to spend this time Oh, Bridget, thank you so much. Who choose to take the 10, 15 minutes out of their life and listen to this video. Number one, thank you. But I promise you, I don't care where you live. This is not about me. It's about you. I want you to I want you to make a spreadsheet, and I want you to figure out your HSAs, your old 401ks. They have to be abandoned 401ks, just so you know, to do a self-directed IRA, or you have to be self-employed. So if you're on a plan at, I don't know, Dell Computer, you probably cannot, and you're still at Dell Computer, you probably cannot redirect that IRA. Okay. But excuse me, that 401k. But you can set up family LLCs where a bunch of you could kick in some money, and then you could take that LLC and you can invest in real estate. You could get with your kids and you can say, okay, look, I found a deal. In the next couple of days, I'm going to talk to you guys and gals about funding the deals. I've got guys who've got money. They got so much money right now. All they want, finding the deal is really the art, right? Donald Trump wrote a book called The Art of the Deal. Great book. And it is about the art of the deal. And finding deals takes time. It takes expertise, but mostly it takes time. So, if you've got deals and you're like, I think this is a good deal, we're going to set up a funnel where you can show us the deal. And, only thing you might be missing is the money. Well, we got the money. So anyways, that is not for today, but that's just something for you to think about. But I want you to think about now, where do you have little pockets of money sitting? Do you have money in the stock market that's either underperforming or not performing? Because it's probably not doing the other way, unless you own Tesla stock. Tesla stock's a good one from what I hear, but I don't own any of it. So stock, HSAs, abandoned 401ks. Do you have an old savings account? Do you have a couple of people that that might want to get together and form a limited partnership, and you can take those funds, right, and you can invest them in a deal? So more to come on that. Anyways, I just want, ladies, I want us to come together. I want you guys and gals, but really the gals, to be educated. I'm tired of this, that there's a wealth gap between men and women. It's just not right. And I think it's because we don't get the proper information. My God, like the circles I have run in over the years, and nobody ever pulled me aside and said, all this money you're making being a car dealer or being a mortgage banker, even a mortgage banker, nobody ever said to me, you ought to put this in real estate. That didn't happen until I got into real estate. And then, I partnered with some of the biggest names in real estate. And what did I do? I sat back and I watched them. I studied them. You guys know that. You guys see me. I'm with these guys. I watch what they do. All right. But I'll tell you what, somebody had to show them how to do it too. And so I want to be the one to show all of you how to do it. I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.